Pete, Salesforce, you called it last week because you were talking about Mark Benioff and how many acquisitions he's done. Well, guess what? A stock is moving down big today because of an acquisition he is not going to do. Why don't you tell us about that?
He had a lot of pushback from some of the investors, but this is what Salesforce does. They have not been able to get this acquisition done yet. This is a company that absolutely has been crushing it, and Benioff gets all the credit in the world. He's done 59 acquisitions, John. I can't remember exactly the number of them that are $1 billion plus, but they are huge. The biggest one being Slack, which was $27.7 billion. But wow, that is what they do. And it doesn't mean that every one of those is going to be executed, because there's a whole process that has to be gone through. But nonetheless, it's impressive to see how the discipline is right in front of us as we're watching this transaction attempt to happen. And by the way, these kind of acquisitions are exactly why Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Citi, and all these financials, why are they doing so well? Well, because investment banking is back, and it is back in front of us in 2024 when we completely missed it in 2023. But take a look at Goldman Sachs today. Take a look at a lot of these various financials that are heavily involved. Morgan Stanley's done pretty well, but Goldman Sachs has been my favorite, John. And last week you were talking about being on Fox. I was on Fox a couple of times. I kept saying, look, Goldman Sachs, it's too cheap. It's too cheap. It's still too cheap, in my opinion.
Yeah, boy, what a run, folks. And I think there's probably a picture. We'll have to get it for next time we talk about Salesforce, of Pete and Mark Benioff together, along with the dude. Wasn't the dude there playing his guitar or something, Pete?
Yeah. Benioff's a big dude, by the way. Speaking of big dudes, Benioff is one big son of a gun. I'll tell you that right now.
6'7"?
Yeah, he might be. I'm not sure if he's quite that tall, but he's a big human being. And boy, I tell you what, I respect how that guy goes through the process and all the acquisitions that they've made that have worked. Obviously, not everyone always works, but I think Salesforce has done a magnificent job with finding the right companies, putting them within themselves, and then building them up. It's been an incredible process, and I give them all the credit in the world.
He's due a lot of that, and there's a reason it's a $180 billion company.